and hopefully by after the year, I think they're working on it more diligently now. Um,
Yes,
what I
ma'am.
understand, they were painting and, the road and the singer being installed this Friday. And then, the flooring is going to be, not complete, but hopefully it will be usable to where, it's gonna be able to get, used. I also would like,
Well, hold on, I'm not done.
I'm sorry,
So, so how did you collect that money?
um,
That's what I want to know. How,
people are paying their fine.
how are they paying their fines? What are you doing to bring that money in?
So letters are being sent
By who?
by our court on these people, on these paying cases.
Mhm.
Letters are being sent by our court and to remind the defendants that are in a payment agreement and to remind them that payments have not been received, that, they have defaulted. And also, Linebarger plays a big role because they also send a batch of letters reminding them or because there's outstanding warrants. The other is if they're in the process of renewing their license, we have a hold on their license. I believe in one of our quarterly reports, we were holding pre-trials. Evie was holding pre-trials. We had I believe it was like 735 cases. Of course, not all 735 defendants showed up, but some did. And on those cases, all the individuals that did not show up, that do have license, um, I instructed Patricia to put a hold on their driver's license. So they, a lot of times, because we don't have uh, because we don't have a police department, and, actually, there were local people that were telling Effie, he's not here to, back me up, but, they were telling Effie that they didn't have to worry about paying because there's no police department. That really upset me because we're going to use every recourse that we can. And so, I asked Patricia to make sure to check and see if they have a driver's license. If they have a driver's license, we can put a hold on their driver's license if they don't pay. And that's our recourse in order for them to understand that they have a responsibility to take care of the fines. But then, of course, there's, individuals that don't have a driver's license, and so we have to seek other ways or other means to collect.
Okay, so in September, out of that 9,107.84 y'all collected, how many of those letters were sent out by your,
I don't know how many letters were sent, but, we were even surprised at the amount that was collected because that's a good amount, compared to the,
so for all you know, there could have been no letters, right?
yes,
Just a payment plan that they've been on that's bringing in the money. Okay, thank
and
you.
you know, a lot has to do with the people trying to renew their license, and it's like they pay big lump sums without hesitating. They think that if they go into a payment plan, just because they enter into a payment plan, we're going to release the whole, but it doesn't work like that. They have to finish paying the full amount in order for the whole to be released.
Right.
So, it's like,
Thank you.
you know, we have to explain that.
Can the sheriff department issue, do the warrants to,
I'm sorry?
can the sheriff department help with the warrants to,
The sheriff?
yeah,
Only for the county.
They won't- they
Only for
won't,
the county.
execute our-
what our constable, can he do that?
Not just for the JP's office.
Just asking.
So-
When you were talking about a code enforcement, I don't know who that person is. I have not met him. I don't know how many hours that person is working, but we have not had any citations come to report. So I don't know how that person is working. You know, the complaint that came before you, I believe that it should be addressed. And that's where the code enforcement should come in.
Good. So I'm going to be scheduling a meeting with him today, I mean, this week, to talk to him because I know that before Sal left, he had given him orders not to give citations, to give a lot of warnings, to let people know in advance that he was here. And he has been giving out a lot of warnings. But I'm trying to schedule a meeting with him this week to let him know that it's time to start issuing citations because we have several issues with the dogs. There's the people from the animal control also would like to sit down with him to issue citations to citizens who aren't keeping up with their pets as well. So I'm trying to meet with him this week. I will let you know if I mean I know that you have a busy schedule. If we can bring you in on you know just on a phone call or something, I'll let you know for sure, so you can share your concerns, and we're going to try to start moving forward with citations
Yes,
because
because I think, from the time that this individual was hired, and I think, Sal, yeah, of course, you need to educate the community and let them know that, by letting them know that there's code enforcement, this is just a warning. But I think, yeah, it's time for action to be
Right.
taken because the city has not had code enforcement in a while, and that's why it- they're not listening. So I think there's gonna be plenty of work with this individual.
Well, he's part-time and he only works 4 hours a week. And he's from Robstown. He's part-time only. That's all he does. He works 4 hours. And he sends his schedule to Destiny. So Destiny has his schedule electronically, when he's gonna work. And he just picked up a citation book like 2 weeks ago. But prior to that, communication with him and other individuals in the city were, let's let the citizens know that we have a code enforcer now. Let's get on board with everything the way it should be. And I believe now he's starting to give out citations. But yes, it's important that you and him connect and you know who he is. But he's only part-time. He only works 4 hours a week. That's it.
Well, hopefully in the future,
In the afternoons, yeah. He works for the Robstown Police Department.
well, hopefully in the future, the council will consider getting a full-time because.
We're trying.
I mean, your city is pretty. big
Yep.
For just having a part-time and we're only 4 hours.
Mhm.
At this point, the 4 hours, I'll take it for right now until we get a
I
full-time.
understand. And of course, the court will see the roles to make sure that, these people will, pay the fines if they're not,
Because eventually,
taking care of
the
it.
monies that Linebarger is working with and you're working with, it's gonna finish. Eventually, it's gonna deplete. So,
That was my point.
yeah.
That was my point. That's what I was trying to figure out. How much out of 100%, how much are we locally doing? And how much is Lineberger doing? And I could probably think it's almost probably 80, or maybe even around there. But
The
anyway,
collections are still coming in.
Right,
Right.
right. No, I understand the
Yeah.
collections are coming in, but
Yeah, I understand.
eventually it'll deplete.
Yeah.
If.
oh, it's depleting, you can tell.
Judge.
Yeah.
Right here versus the total in the city, should it be 88,000 instead of 8,000? Or is it
The what?
on the total right here where it says for the city all the way in the bottom?
Mm-mm.
No, it's 8.
Because there's too many numbers there, that's what I'm saying.
This is what I inherited, and I keep saying, okay, well, I'm gonna try to make it more simpler. But
Yeah.
I was working
It
with,
should.
the former
This one.
administrator.
Yeah.
Where's the city?
Yeah.
I was asked to leave it like that.
No, I'm saying like, with the comma in the wrong place, that's just not.
It's a typo.
It's a typo. That's.
Yeah, you.
Because at first it looked like 8,000.
Yeah, it's 88,016.
Right?
You totaled the.
Oh, yeah.
Totals, it's supposed to be 88,
Okay.
so.
'Cause at first
Yeah,
it
see,
said-
it was totaled where it totaled up.
Yeah, it's just a comma's in the wrong place.
Yeah.
So it's 88,016 and 11 cents. So
And the other concern that I have, Betsy and I have been talking about it, and I briefly had brought it up to y'all's attention, is the way that it's been managed in the past is that the municipal court having an account by itself, instead of that money going into the general fund, the municipal court is sitting there with its own account, when the money should be going to the general fund. And then what I also learned was that any expenses that the court has, and this is just an example, like supplies, it's coming out of the general fund instead of the municipal court.
The municipal court doesn't have a per se, a checking account per se. They have an account, and legally, the funds that are collected for the municipal court are designated specifically for certain expenses. They can't go into the general fund to pay light bills and electric bills and employee salaries. It's got a specific use along with the impound fees. Both of those funds are specific use only. So what the city usually does is any expense that the court has, we pay it to the general fund, and then it's reimbursed through the municipal court fund back into the general fund.
Okay, if we're looking at, like the court costs, with the city stays with because the city stays with certain court costs, and then there's, court costs that's paid to the state controller. That's individual, but whatever court costs that the city stays, they go to different pots. But the fines, they belong to the city.
And I understand that, but according to, we got a legal opinion from TML, and TML was very specific to what the funds could be used for. It's road and bridge maintenance. You can use it to, put up signs, anything that have to do with traffic, speed bumps, stuff like that that we, with the city may want to put up, can be used for anything like that to maybe control traffic or enforce, like putting up stop signs, yield signs, stuff like that. But it is a specific, it is used specifically for a purpose. And it was according to TML, in 2017, I believe it was, and I think Benny probably knows a little bit more about. In 2017, the legislature passed new legislation not allowing, because there were so many cities that were actually using these funds to run their cities. So there was a new law passed, and those funds can only be used for specific purposes. And I did talk to Epi. Epi went through TML, and we got their legal opinion on that.
The other municipality you work for, is that how they do it?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Is that how they do it? Does it go to it goes to the general?
Part of it, like it should be divided out into pockets. Some of it is just for security. And that's not how we've traditionally done it in the past. It looks like it got to be broken up. Some of it, I think, should be going to the city. Some of it goes to security. Some of it goes to technology. Some of it goes to child seatbelt.
For security.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of different pockets that it goes to.
So how is security there? Do you think it's safe for you? Or should we look into it, maybe upgrade it?
We need to do some upgrades for court security. And once we start holding court, whoever's going to do court security, they need to be certified, and I need to make sure that, everything's going to be up to standard. My concern is that, at the end of the day, that there's not a bridge. My court does not have a bridge with the city. It's like, if the court is by itself, at the end of the day, there's no accountability. It's like, we're here, and whatever is collected goes straight to the bank. There's not a bridge with the city. The city doesn't have accountability with whatever the court collects. There's not a bridge. There's no accountability to where, at the end of the day, there's a report, and the finance director has an accountability on which was collected, and you know, that they want for the, I'm not making any allegation, I'm just saying there's not a bridge. And, you know, that's my concern.
So I think we need to find out what's the right way.
I would like to see.
And,
I would like to see the bridge. I mean, I'd like to see accountability from my state with the city.
Right.
I think that would be better for the city as well, but
Yes.
we need to find out,
What the legalities are.
right, and make sure,
Patricia had went to a training back, not sure when it was, but she was the one that brought it to me that starting in May, like May 28th, two of those funds have separated, where it used to be, I think, security and technology, and now it's broken out. So there's no security pot, and now there's a technology pot.
But the rest of the money though,
I'm
but
sorry,
the rest of the money should be going
the rest,
to the city.
to the city or?
there's several different, portions, like, different allocations.
What do you mean several different portions? What do you mean by that?
Like security and technology, that's not the only
Right.
designated.
Those are the only two?
Yeah, somebody can do something trained and say,
I don't have.
this is how you're supposed to do it, break the pots,
Right.
and so much percentage to go to these pots and all of that. But locally, it's just, you know, talking about that bridge, for the court clerk to balance at the end of the day, and have a report to the finance director. Send a report to the finance director and say, okay, this is how much. And the thing is that also is having, you know, for some reason, the court had info, and for some reason, they changed to Fundview. Fundview is not a court-friendly software that I hope in the future, we can go back to Encode where, finance, you know, the city has info where they can connect, and, you know, where they can interface, because Fundview does not want to play with info. So there's a gap right there. So at the end of the day, you know, my court clerk balances out, and they can go ahead and make a report that they have collected so much, and finance, department has that report every day on how much is collected at the end of the day. And that is not being done. I would like to.
Mhm.
Let me see if I have another one. But I don't have any questions. But Vincent and I have been talking about it, and I'm gonna keep pestering. It's something that we can work out, and it is something that I would like to see.
Thank you, Judge. And I'll try to find that email from TML, and I'll forward it to you, so
And I
you
would-
kind of see what their legal,
I mean, obviously, the other municipality you're working for is still doing it.
well,
It's a small city exemption or something you might fall into. That's what you guys counting us on.
all right. So we're going to move to discussion and action items. Item A, discuss, consider, and take action to approve the minutes of the regular meeting held November the 4th. Do I have a motion?
Minutes.
I have a motion by Councilman Veit. Have a second? Second by Councilman Garza. So we'll move on to discussion. Anybody have any? Thank you, Judge. Any discussion? So we'll move on to a vote. Place 1,
Yes.
place 2,
Yes.
place 3,
Yes.
place 4,
Yes.
place 5.
Yes.
So motion carries. We'll go to item B, discuss, consider, and take action regarding the Just Right Engineering request on behalf of Fiberlight LLC for utility right-of-way permit extending from William Kine Street to Klein Avenue. You should have, see if we can get them on. I did have our engineer, Hector, look at this. He said that he had talked to our previous city administrator before he left, and that everything looked um, okay with him.
Well, if they're dealing with the railroad, it's gonna be good.
Hmm.
Railroad ain't gonna let them.
You said you have him on Teams? So do I have a motion on item B?
Did you want to speak something?
Let's go ahead and just
I'll make a motion, we approve the, right away.
have a motion by Councilman Falcon to approve the utility right-of-way permit. Do I have a second?
I'll say,
A second by Councilman Huerta. And so we'll open it up for discussion. Are they available, Betsy?
Jesse, since you made the motion, are they going through any railroad crossing?
Beside it, I'm pretty sure the railroad's gonna really look at
Really?
this.
Yeah, that's what.
I mean, look at it, cause right there, the railroad there,
Uh-huh.
they got crossing railroad there.
So how are they gonna do that?
They come, oh yeah, all the way from Kime down this way, across the railroad. Then they follow Hazley all the way to, I guess,
Yeah.
where the, oh, that's,
I'm pretty sure they're gonna look at this.
So could we turn this around and let them get approved first and then bring it to us? Or,
well, I think one of the things that, are they available or? I know one of the things that we were looking at that Betsy found is that, some of the other cities actually charge a fee for this and we don't. Is that correct? Is that what you found?
We can hear you now.
you said B.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, yeah. Are you gonna be able
We
to,
can hear you now.
are you gonna put them up there or?
If you, I'm not sure if you want to turn your camera on, but I have the.
Jose, this is Mayor Maldonado. If you could just share with us, I know that Hector, our engineer, had looked at your plans, but some of the questions that we have here, I mean, you're going to be crossing over or you're going to be coming through the railroad tracks. Have you guys talked to Union Pacific already?
Yes, we already have a permit submitted to Union Pacific, and we also have a permit submitted to TxDOT for Main Street as well.
Okay. Can you explain a little bit to the council here what exactly you guys are going to be working on? What is the fiber optic line? What's it for?
Yeah, so down on the south side, if you can go back to the screen that shows the drawing on the bottom of the orange line, we have an existing regeneration location at that location, right there on the south side.
Right.
At the bottom of the orange line. So there's an existing site for us right there, and what we're doing is we're tying into that site, and we're proposing the orange and green line to get to an existing manhole on the southwest corner of West Farm and US Highway 77. We have an existing manhole at that location that we're going to tie into. What that will essentially do is close the loop of the network for the fiber company Fiberlight.
Okay.
So we're essentially bridging together their existing backhaul networks.
Anybody have any questions? Any additional questions?
And just, y'all bore,
I'm sorry?
do y'all bore underground?
Yes, correct, yeah, we do directional boring,
So-
across the board for both TechStop, fiber light, TechStop, Union Pacific, and also, for the city section, we're proposing a directional board.
Is there a guarantee, Mayor, as far as the other company that was here? I can mention names, Frontier Marine of Mess.
Oh,
Are they responsible for damages?
are you there, one?
Can
So
you hear them?
one of the council members wants to just,
I did not do that.
one of our council members wants to just be assured that, any damage to any, if you're not, our water lines or sewer lines, if you're not marked correctly, that, if you guys do cause any damage to any existing utilities, that, you guys will be repairing those.
So typically, we'll call it locate, to make sure that whoever's in the right of way, right, comes and locates their lines properly. And then what we'll do is we'll bore across them. If they are super tight to where we're proposing to bore, what we'll do is we'll create a pothole, which is our pothole, like a hole essentially in the ground, where we can see our drill passing by through their existing utilities to make sure that we do not strike anything.
Which
If
Frontier
the
would have done that?
locate is mislabeled by the owner of the utility, at that point, I mean, it's a discussion that's responsible for it today.
Okay.
What's the benefit to the city, Mayor?
One of the council members wants, has a question about what benefit would the city, receive from getting this project in place?
So this will provide high-speed internet to any businesses or schools in the area that are willing to sign up for it. So, for example, in the city of Refugio, we're passing through as well. This project, connects essentially all the way up to, Warren, going all the way down to, what street is it? Bass Lake, down, way down south, near the border. So everything and anything along that route will be available to be, provided high-speed broadband, for everybody that's going to sign up for it.
There is a plus also, because whenever you do something like this, we get a franchise fee from, it'll be included in the billing. It's just like any other companies, AT&T, Verizon, if you look at the bill, there's a franchise fee that the municipality gets.
Is that correct?
We do.
Will we still get a franchise fee based on
We
this?
do. I mean,
I am not sure.
But we would have
to. My client's legal team to discuss. I'm not.
Yeah, these are just the
On
engineers.
the customer bill.
Yeah, this is just the engineers that are doing the work. They're not the actual, fiber light.
But you was asking if there's a benefit to the city. Well, the only thing we get is franchise fees for those residents that sign on. Like I said, if you look at your spectrum bill, if you look it up, it says franchise fee, all that goes. It might be $2, might be, but it adds up.
So we have a motion here to, by Councilman Falcone to, approve the Just Right Engineering request on behalf of Fiber Light LSC for utility right-of-way permit extending from West Kime Street to Klein Avenue. It was seconded by Councilman Huerta. If there's no more discussion, we can go ahead and move forward with a vote. Place 1,
Yes.
place 2,
Yes.
place 3,
Yes.
place 4,
Yes.
place 5.
Yes.
So motion carries. One, I will have Betsy reach out to you tomorrow. The council has approved the permit, so, I'll have her reach out and we'll talk tomorrow.
Okay, that sounds great.
Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
You guys are, good at this rest of your-
You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Item C, we'll move on. Discuss, consider, and take action on the interlocal cooperation agreement with San Patricio County to provide retail food establishment regulations and OSSF enforcement services. I hear a motion.
I'll make a motion, we approve the interlocal contract with San Patricio.
So we have a motion by Councilman Falcon. Do I have a second? Uh, Second by Councilman Garza. So we'll open it up for discussion. So since you're here, we'll let you speak first and we'll see what questions come up.
Last time, we probably could have settled it that.
Probably.
Yeah, so this is basically just a continuation of an agreement that we've been doing in actually every single city in this county for several years. Basically, you have a little over 20 establishments here in Odom that we inspect at least 2 to 3 times a year, which includes, the restaurants, school cafeterias, any temporary events that you'll have, Christmas festivals, food handler training, and then also if there's any areas within the city that don't have access to your centralized sewer system, you don't have to be on a septic system. Our office, we have to be certified to do that, to inspect them and permit them. So we have several staff members that are able to do that as well. We have 2 full-time health inspectors that are dedicated to every single city. So it is a proposed 2-year agreement. Fee is the same for the first and second year. And then there's always a opt-out option if you feel, you're not doing a great job. But that's all I have, guys, for the questions.
What is the fee?
Yes.
What is it?
600, isn't it?
2,800.
2,800, 2
26.
times?
26
For
and
the-
28.
For each year. Yes. And so what we did on the fees is every city is a little bit different. It's based on the number of establishments and the number of inspections that we did for the year of 2024. So you have a larger city, for example, we have one of our cities that's $11,000 a year, based on the number of establishments that we did, over 200 inspections there. So what we did is we looked into we didn't factor in everything, like we didn't factor in mileage, we didn't factor in a lot of things. We basically factored in just the time that they do at an inspection, which is an average of about an hour. And we times that by the combined hourly wage, which is anywhere from $38 to $45 an hour, times the number of inspections. So that's how we came up with that figure.
And all these accounts are active?
Oh, what do you mean?
I mean, all
Maybe
these
shouldn't go.
customers are on here?
Actually, I noticed there's 2 of them that are no longer active, which is the
7-Eleven.
the Salty Gold. I believe they
Yeah.
moved on
Yeah.
to Rockport, I believe. And I don't believe that Ranchos is in business anymore either. The little
Yeah.
place they had over here. across the
Right.
road.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't, the food trucks gonna be handled by the state?
Yeah, so there is what they're doing is it takes effect in July. So the permitting and the fees and all that will go to the state. However, we're supposed to be notified by the state between now and July 1st because they want the local jurisdiction, meaning us, to continue to do the inspection because there's over 20,000 food trucks and they don't have the manpower to do that.
Right.
Yeah, so they will be offering, an incentive to us as far as like a small fee. They'll be paying us a small fee to do the inspections on their behalf. So, and what they told us is, because our permits expire December 31st for everybody, so we're gonna permit food trucks like we normally would, and the state is saying they will honor that permit for the remainder of the year in San Patricio County. Because what they're doing is they're going to one statewide permit for food trucks.
Right.
So you'll have a permit and it will work in any county, any city in Texas.
Yeah, I know that's what they've all had issues with, some of these food trucks, because they have to get a permit for wherever they go for whatever event, so.
And I believe their fee currently is $258, and last I checked, it's gonna go up to like $1,400.
Wow.
It didn't go anywhere.
So, I mean, I think that's still a bargain.
Yeah, for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
What if there's a, snow cone stand? Does it have to have a restroom?
Yes.
Even if it's just for them to come, I mean, just to come and fill, and they're not, they just come and buy the snow cone and
Yeah, because it's for the employee use, it's not
Right.
really for the customers. So you have to have employee restrooms for the restrooms for the employees, the people that are working inside there.
But if it's, the owner has it like right next to the
And
house.
you cannot use a private residence the restrooms inside of private
They
residence.
get you coming and going.
Okay.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And that was the thing, like with the food trucks too, like the rules for a food truck state that you have to have access to a restaurant. For a fixed establishment, you have to have a restaurant.
Mm.
So, and those are our rules, and that's nothing within building code rules or anything like that. That's just the rules that we use. And sometimes those two sets of rules don't jive with each other. Yeah.
Can I ask, what does OSSF mean?
Oh, that's the on-site sewage facility.
On-site sewage. Okay, thank you.
Like septic permit.
Got it,
septic
got it.
inspections.
Thank you. I just didn't know what that meant.
So, any other questions? So we have a motion by Councilman Falcon to take action and approve the interlocal cooperation agreement with San Patricio County to provide retail food establishment regulations and OSSF enforcement. It was seconded by Councilman Garza. If there's no more discussion, we'll move on to a vote. Place 1?
Yes.
Place 2?
Yes.
Place 3?
Yes.
Place 4?
Yes.
Place 5?
One quick
Motion
question.
carries.
Who does you talk to here in the city that communicates with you? Anybody particular?
Who do I talk to?
Yeah, or who in the city calls you to do the permitting? Is there a certain, is there a certain person you talk to here in Odom?
Like as far as with the city?
Yeah.
No. Well, I mean, I used to talk to Sal quite frequently. And the mayor and Sal pretty much is who I used to contact.
Okay.
Yeah, so like a lot of times for new establishments, so we have to have, part of our requirements require a certificate of occupancy and a fire inspection to complete the process for a new establishment. And so normally the county fire marshal, to my knowledge, does inspections here.
Right.
Now, I'm not too sure on y'all's certificate of occupancy, if y'all contract that out or if y'all have a city employee that does your building inspections.
We have the
The
contractor.
Bureau Vistas?
I'm not sure who
Or
would-
a third-party company?
Yeah, we have a third-party company that does
Okay.
that.
Yeah, so we would work with that. So like when the owner comes in for a new establishment, they have to produce those documents to us. And a lot of times, like I could get it from Sal, or I could get it from someone that I would call because the owner didn't have it. They didn't give me a copy. Or a lot of times they would tell us, well, the city said I don't need to do anything else. And I'm like, I don't think so.
Just like I said, chain of,
Yeah.
how we gotta do this.
Yeah, I know we've talked throughout the years together.
The health
So-
department is pretty much the last person.
Well, he knows where to find me. He sees me every Monday, so.
The last establishment as far as,
Jesse.
the fire inspector and then they're the ones.
It's just that we gotta have steps to do
Right,
things here.
yeah.
Just.
And I think,
And we haven't had anyone here recently.
Yeah.
Applying for a new permit.
Right.
But when they do, we'll direct them to the city and then also to the fire marshal for the fire.
well, I know there's somebody looking at the Exxon. I think they're getting with TCQ though about the tanks. If they can seal them, if they can just seal the tanks or if there's somebody who's looking at that building for potential
Oh, good.
kind of country cooking restaurants or something. So, but
Of course.
I guess I'm not sure what the city, it would just be one time with the occupancy.
Correct.
Mhm.
And then whole change. Say that this, we refer 800 a year for establishment for everybody.
And that number is gonna be based, that number in the figure is gonna be based on what it's based on now. So if you have more establishments, we're gonna do more inspections. So it might be a little bit more
Right.
versus if you have more to close, well, it's gonna go a little bit more.
right.
I mean, we have some that start at $250 all the way to 12,000. But the one with almost 12,000 has, 135 establishments within the city.
I don't know if it's the same, but I know when you go get your DBA,
Mhm.
that normally triggers everything.
Right.
So then you have to go get your health card, your permit, and then that alerts something else.
Right, it also depends on whether it's a sole proprietorship or it's
Right.
a like LLC.
Yeah,
Because if it's an LLC, they're filing with the Secretary of State.
right.
Versus, the county clerk's office.
Normally that triggers everything, once you do all that, if you do it right.
Yeah.
Just curious to see how the system works. Thanks.
Okay.
Be safe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, good night.
So the motion carried on item C. Oh, didn't we? We don't, we did a
We
vote.
voted.
We
We
did.
voted.
I kind of,
He kind
I
of
just,
came
I
in.
forgot to ask him that
Yeah,
question.
he
We
came
did.
in
Yeah,
after
I
the
just-
fact.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I just forgot to ask him that question. 'Cause I'm
Okay,
wondering-
sorry about that.
People tell me, I was like, I don't know.
You voted no.
Signing of it,
Didn't know you were-
You hesitated.
Oh,
That's all.
should we have like somebody else, 'cause I'm not, I guess,
You are the acting
but it's not.
city administrator, so,
Have it on there.
so you would, there's
Or
not,
sign finance.
well, you would sign here. I mean, where it says city secretary, you just mark that and just put city financial administrator, or interim, I would say interim city administrator, and then sign it and seal, use the seal, stamp it. All right, item D, discuss, consider, and ratify EDC expenditures for Christmas in the Park for 2025, not to exceed $2,000. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion that we do not accept the ratification of EDC expenditures for Christmas and
So we have a motion to not accept, well, we need to go ahead and bring it to the table for discussion, and then we can take a vote on it. Is there a motion?
I thought we.
I'll make a motion for
Discuss?
discussion.
So there's a motion by
I thought we weren't
Councilman
doing that
Dominguez for
anymore.
discussion. Do I have a second?
I think she denied it.
Yeah, but I'd like to know what's the thought, what's going
Yeah,
on.
but then you can just give it.
That's why,
Somebody else.
that's why I made a motion for discussion. So we can talk about it. That's, I mean, I just don't want to agree with that. So,
So your motion is Garza, Councilman Garza to deny? Okay, so you're voting to deny.
okay.
Are you making a motion to? Okay, so we have a motion by Councilman Garza to deny the EDC expenditures. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
A second by Councilman Veit. And so we'll go ahead and open it up for discussion. So I'll start off. The EDC did approve some expenditures for not to exceed $2,000 for the Christmas in the Park. And I did reach out to the EDC attorney since we were unable to have our regular meeting as scheduled to approve the expenditures because of the new law that requires a 3-day business day needs to be before we can have a meeting. Our attorney thought that Friday was considered a business day. Once we got a response from the state on the legal opinion, it was not. So we had to cancel our regular meeting and move it to this. So since we were unable to get that on the table on our regular meeting, the attorney for the EDC said since it was approved by the economic development that we could go ahead and move forward with it and just ratify it at the next meeting. If there were any, that if we felt there were not going to be any, any resistance, we could move forward with the expenditures. I think the expenditures that we spent about $700, about $800. So we didn't even get close to the 2,000. That was to bring in the Santa and to get the gifts that we gave the little kids for the event. Like I said, I did speak to the EDC attorney, and I also followed up with Epi, our city attorney, and he said, yes, David, just if you don't feel that there's going to be any pushback on the expense, you guys can move forward since the EDC had already approved them at their meeting, and you can just ratify the expense, whatever it may be, at your next meeting. So that's how we move forward.
And piggyback on that, Mayor. This was part of the, we get 10% for advertising. And during our budget for the EDC, we approved that. So technically, we didn't have to do this. So, and that's per the attorney.
Where was it advertised?
It was.
It was
Where?
advertised on social media.
When I looked for it,
you
I
know.
found one time, and it was on the mayor's.
When you want to be that picky, it's okay.
Well, I mean, I think that, I mean,
I
this
am
is
that
for the
picky
kids.
because
It's for
it
the
was-
This is $800. I mean, we,
You're saying that they shouldn't have come before
No,
council?
it's part of the 10%.
Oh, no. No, 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 no. Bylaws say that.
No.
Yes.
Everything has to.
Do we need to
According-
change our bylaws?
According to our bylaws,
We even asked
everything-
the attorney that day.
I
and he
asked,
says Everything has to go before council, even. on
I
that.
also asked Mr. Gush that, and he said to follow the bylaws. That's what he told
So
me,
what do the bylaws say?
that it has to come before council before we,
What's everything?
Everything is spent by.
the money spent, according to the budget.
okay, so I think we're just going to go back and forth on that. It is, again, as I stated, because our council meeting had to be canceled because of the holiday and rescheduled, the EDC attorney, along with our city attorney, both had the same opinion that since the EDC had already approved the expenditures and didn't feel that there was going to be any pushback on the expenditure since it was for the community and for the kids of our community, that we could go ahead and, move
It's
forward.
basically like a reimbursement.
Right.
That's what it is.
I understand.
I don't have a problem with that.
But who is it going to be reimbursed to?
Well, no,
who gets
the-
paid?
The reimbursement, it's already been spent.
By,
It was agreed that the city was gonna buy the candies and pay the
And
Santa.
basically, the EDC is going to, basically cover
They didn't give the money to any organization.
yeah.
It was agreed at EDC level that it was just gonna be paid from that account.
All we're doing is just wrapping it up, just wrapping up. the-
Yeah, that's all
My-
that's all he
my
said.
thing
But the
is
city
that-
wasn't involved in
is
it.
that, yes, everything has to be.
Sure.
The city was
City
involved
did-
with it.
no, it
was a city
wasn't.
function.
No, it
But it
wasn't a
did-
city
It's a city function.
it was not advertised as a
It
city
was a city
function.
function. What was it advertised in?
It had down underneath the bottom, the one place I saw it had down at the bottom, Odom Events, something or other.
That was
for
a-
something else.
No, that was the contact- that was the That was the contact information. If anybody had any questions or concern, the events over the last year have been sponsored by the economic development. They have been the sponsors of the events. The Easter event, last year's Christmas event, the Halloween event, all these events have been sponsored by the EDC. Similar other cities around the community in San Patricio County, their economic development actually spends a lot more money on city events for their communities. I think the cost to this was very minimal. And now, if there's going to be an issue with it, then we will do what we need to do to make sure that that the expense is covered somehow. And then, you can explain why you wouldn't approve $800 expense. And I understand. It was not, we were unable to have our regular meeting. It was on the agenda for our regular meeting, but we were misinformed about Friday being an actual work day or holiday. So we scheduled it as we thought. We had the 3-day grace period. And I think that we even discussed it there at the EDC meeting, Councilman Huerta. And I think the economic development attorney had actually said, no, he thought that Friday was considered a holiday, but.
He did say, consult with your attorney.
And our attorney said that no, even though we were closed, it's not considered a state holiday. So we moved forward, but then TML came back and gave their legal opinion, and they said, no, technically Friday is considered a holiday, and that's why we had to cancel the meeting, and we were unable to bring this up to the council at that time. Again,
Yes, yes.
because of conflicts with scheduling, and the attorney not being able to be here, we had to wait for the
You're not here
other,
tonight.
meeting, and we had to reschedule it to the following, for today. So there was just issues with scheduling. We're here now, and so the motion is here by Councilman Garza to deny the expenditures. The city has has taken it over, ma'am. It is economic development.
No.
The
No.
economic
It
development
cannot.
has been funding, the economic development has been funding the events. And it's approved, have been approved by the council. The volunteers of our community are the ones who go out there and decorate and do everything, so we don't have to use city staff to do the work. So,
But it never,
Who's y'all?
if the OEA.
well,
There's
it's just a-
This is, OEA is not on the agenda here.
OEA is not even, I mean, we're not even,
So-
Okay.
Okay, so,
She's, she is reading the bylaws where it says
Yeah.
section 4.6.
okay, I mean, I
It
think
needs to
we,
go before approval of city council.
so, I mean, we're here now. Thank you for bringing that up. But we need to move forward from here.
Well, and
Um,
y'all tabled it, I mean, and y'all didn't vote on it till January last year either. It's on the January 2025, 7th, 2025.
Okay, so we're talking
minutes.
about this item. We're not talking about,
We're gonna keep-
January
I
is
know,
not
But
on the
that's twice
agenda.
now.
Stick to the topic.
So
It is.
the motion here is to deny the expenditures for the Christmas in the park for 2025, which were about $800. And we had a second by Councilman Veit. And so if there's any more discussion, we'll move forward with the vote.
I do want to have a discussion.
Oh, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I'm just gonna tell you my opinion is, I didn't even know it was on Friday.
Mm-mm.
So I know y'all say that y'all had advertised
It was actually on
um,
Saturday.
or Saturday. I got home from work and I saw the barricades there and I said, oh, I guess you're having a party. My first call was to Mr. Billy and I asked him. Then I started calling people. Hey, you know the parade's tomorrow? No, we didn't know that. And so I kind of looked around, and then I said, well, let me call some more people. A lot of people didn't know about it, Mayor. And I think that if this is going to be a city event, then let's make it a city event
I agree.
and let's let everybody know about it. And let's do everything we can to make it a success. Because I don't think we had the turnout
You didn't.
that we should have had, especially for our kids. And I think ever since the last couple of years, it's kind of been going downhill. And I think we just need to do a better job. But, you know, y'all did the best y'all could. I think communication is a very important part of this. We should be doing it in October, planning it and letting the people know, hey, in October, this is done. This is a parade, and let's go forward with
It
it.
did come before the council twice,
And
but as far as street closures.
Never said.
We had said no because you didn't have a date.
we didn't have a date.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
So you mean well, okay? And we should have it for our kids.
Absolutely.
But I see TV and I see Portland, I see Taft, I see
Right.
Sid, and everybody coming. And I think there's no reason why we can't have the same. Let's just do a better job.
Well,
So
Councilman, let me just tell you, I've gone to some of those events.
Yeah.
I've been to Mathis event.
Yeah.
I've been to the Portland event, and all the council members are there.
Yeah.
All of them. They're all there to represent the city.
Right.
And we won't ever
you know-
see
you know how
council
I knew
members
about-
there.
You know how I
Our
knew
council
about
members
it?
there. And I know everybody has a busy schedule.
Yeah.
You know, and I can't, I can't say, hey, you guys need to be there. But if we scheduled events for the year, I think it would be really nice for our kids, our citizens, to see all of us there, at least participating, giving out things, taking pictures, whatever the
Sure.
case may be. Because people,
We weren't included.
yeah, we just
I only,
all I'm saying, I don't want it to be a back and forth. All I'm saying
I
is
agree.
that let's get the communication out early.
right.
Let's make it a success, and then we go forward. They've already spent the money for the deal, and there's nothing we can do about it but make it better next year. Okay, there's no reason to
Exactly.
and
Talking.
and for next time, as far as expenditures, I know Jesse mentioned that it shouldn't have came before council, but if you
It's
ask
in our bylaw.
Mr. Gush, he's gonna tell you yes. But I'm with you. Let's work together.
Yeah.
There is a city ordinance about closing the streets. I got hit one time because I allowed homecoming to do it because we need to put it on the agenda. So.
Well, I understand
Got
if
in
it's,
trouble.
if it's homecoming, if it's a school activity,
Yeah.
or, I mean, if a citizen wants to close their street out for a neighborhood party,
Closure of streets not on there, so.
yeah, that's a whole
Water.
different
That's the
situation,
whole point of
so,
water right there. That's not even-
go ahead.
Okay, I think what we should do is compromise, okay? Let's not get into bickering, saying you should have been there, you should have been there, and, or saying you didn't post it right. Let's just pay it, and like Isaac said, move forward. Because all this fighting, all this bickering is not gonna help the city of Odom.
I agree.
And
Or
it's
next
like,
event.
it's like Isaac said, let's just.
I agree, because some of our citizens,
Yes.
some of our citizens put a lot of work out
But
there.
he's right also about the communication. I think that's, if all of us communicate better, it'll go great. So I think we should just learn from this experience, learn and move forward. And I think that way nobody's offended, everybody's happy. We took care of the parade or whatever we did. And now, from now on, we learned, hey, let's maybe communicate a little bit better and we can do a better job for the city.
I
But I
agree.
think compromise on this issue, compromise is the best thing. Let's just get it done, and then next year we know better.
Well, I think that Ms. Betsy here had a great idea. She said, we should just schedule these in the beginning of the year.
Sure.
This is Easter. How much are we going to need to have the Easter event, Halloween, Christmas, set the dates, and then get ahead of it and have everything approved and everything already brought up, to the council and to EDC to see what the expenditures are going to be, and then just do it at the beginning of the year. And
Yeah.
these are the 3 events that we have for the kids every year. This is what we want to do. And we get everything approved early on. So like that, we can start advertising earlier. We can do, and I do see, other cities, they get one of those big signs on the side of the highway coming into their towns, Christmas festival, night parade, whatever. We've never had that luxury, but yeah, we would love to do more things for the community as more people are buying, looking to buy homes here, having things for the kids. Unfortunately, this first weekend of the month, there was a lot going on. And I spoke to people that had said they were going to be there, and then they didn't show up, and they were like, well, we went to this thing in Portland, or we went to this thing in Annabelle at the church. And so, but I think like you said, if we go up, we are ahead of it, we set dates, and people know, then they know to prepare for those days. So,
Have workshops, all of us together, so we can come up with some
Right.
big ideas too.
Yes.
Like I was saying, we could have like a tour there, like the police officers used to have tours. We used to have tours left over.
oh yeah, we
Like that, the kids can get toys, and Santa Claus can give some to the kids too, not just
so.
bigger.
Any more discussion?
Can you change your motion?
I would like to change my motion to accept the ratification of the EDC expenditures for Christmas in the park, not to exceed 2,000.
I have
I'll second.
a kind of motion by amended. You want to amend the first motion? So we have an amendment to the first motion by Councilman Garza, and a new motion to approve, to ratify the expenditures for the Christmas in the Park for 2025. Second by Councilman Veit. If there's no more discussion, we'll move forward with the vote. Place 1,
Yes.
place 2,
Yes.
place 3,
Yes.
place 4,
Yes.
place 5.
Yes.
Motion carries. So item E, discuss and approve a workshop to be scheduled in the month of December 2025 or January 2026 to reactivate the Odom City Police Department, not to exceed more than 3 officers. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we set up a workshop scheduled for the month of December 2025 or January 2026.
So I have a motion by Councilman Garza. Do I have a second? A second by Councilman Huerta. So we'll open up for discussion.
Mayor, who put this on the agenda?
I did.
Who else?
It would, Councilman Huerta and Councilman Dominguez.
But I do want to address that though, since you brought it up. So as a council member, I'm required to have a backup or second person, but a regular citizen doesn't need to put something on the agenda. They just need to call. But as a council member, I need to have a second backup. I would like to get that changed eventually, just because I don't think that's right. I like it to be fair. Citizens only one, then I'm a council person, I should only have one. But okay, so to continue, I asked for it to be put back on. You know, we all had a bad taste about the police department. We all had bad experiences, but it wasn't all bad. There was some good. Too many of our citizens are having to deal with matters and taking them into their own hands because either response time or maybe they don't know who to call, or that's, I can't help you there because we're not the city. And I'm not asking for 10 officers like we had before or 8. All I'm asking to try to do is 3. Out of respect to you and a couple of other council members, I'd like to have a workshop to look and see on our finances to see if we can do that. The way the budget is right now, I saw the last presentation on the budget and it just blew me because I couldn't understand it because there were so many different numbers pulling amounts from here and last year. And well, we haven't plugged this in because of that. I'd like to have a little clear communication on our budget to see if we can afford it. And I've visited other cities and talked to other cities. And there's 2 other cities where they had done away with their police department. The farmers donated $200,000 to reactivate it because they were having some theft. And now they operate it for probably about $160,000 a year. And it takes care of itself. And the place is smaller than Odom. And they don't have the highway that we have. And I'm just saying that I think it's time that we re-look at it and try to reactivate it for the security of our citizens. We owe them that. We owe them that. And I know not everybody's for it, but me as a council member, I believe it's important and I respect the law. And I would like for them to be there if y'all as my friends or my loved ones need them. They're there to help you out and to assist. So I'd like to have a workshop if possible. And Jesse, that's why I put it back on.
No, I'm in favor of the police department 110%. The problem is, who's gonna pay for this?
Well, that's why I want to have a workshop
This
because
is-
we're not going to settle that
First of all,
tonight.
we gotta get 6 months of operating expense. How much do we have?
Well,
Yeah, I think that's
hold
something we
on.
need to
I don't want
discuss.
to, I don't want to,
Yeah, let's
I
not.
don't want to
yeah,
go there tonight.
let's
All
not
I
get-
want you all to do,
yeah.
all I'm asking for is for you to approve a workshop. And I have my research, Falcon, and I'll bring it to you. And it has exactly what we need to reactivate it. It's really not dead yet, but if we wait a couple of more years, we are going to start fresh all over again. We're almost there.
Well, I'm not, because this is, we're not discussing.
Right.
So, but what I can do is I can send you an email that I received on the steps that need to be taken to reactivate it. Epi was supposed to be here and kind of discuss those steps with the council.
I received it from Epi.
Okay, and so those things we can discuss at
Yeah.
the workshop.
Right.
I have January 24th, which at that point we should be receiving tax dollars back in right by mid-January. So we'll be able to see at least what kind of revenue. It'll be a Saturday morning. It'll give us a little time to kind of look, and of course, hopefully we'll have a city administrator by then as well. I would like
yeah.
that new administrator to participate in the discussion, since if we at some point reactivate it, that person will be overseeing the department. So does January 24th sound okay for everyone?
I'm good with it.
That is a Saturday. We would do like Saturday morning around 9 a.m. So like that, we have pretty much the whole morning, and if we need to go into the afternoon, we can do that as well. Okay. So everybody good? No concerns with January 24th?
I like to postpone it February, let the new city administrator kind of get her feet wet, or him, her, whatever wet.
Okay. So,
Because that really, February would be more accurate.
so how about we do a tentative January 24th? Well, hopefully we can have a city administrator in before that. We'll let the city administrator get there, and if that person feels like we need to maybe wait a few more weeks to actually have, so that person can get whatever information they think they need to be catch up to what's been going on, then we'll talk about maybe rescheduling to February. But we can do a tentative date of January 24th, but, we'll hopefully by then we'll have an administrator on board and, be able to give us a little feedback of if they need more time to gather whatever information they need. Again, if you do, like Councilman Dominguez, if you have information, if you could forward it to us and hopefully to this new city administrator, so like that they can get everything together, and we can have a productive workshop.
Just a quick question. Is he open to the public?
Yes, always,
Workshops are-
always, yes. All right. Are there any more discussion on the workshop date of January 24th?
Sounds good.
Okay, so we'll do a tentative for January 24th at 9 a.m. We will probably have it here so we can have it live on the, what is it called? YouTube? Yeah, YouTube. So then we have a motion by Councilman Garza and a second by Councilman Huerta to schedule a workshop to discuss reactivating the Odom City Police Department. If there's no more discussion, we'll move forward with a vote. Place 1?
Yes.
Place 2?
Yes.
Place 3?
Yes.
Place 4?
Yes.
Place 5?
Yes.
So there is a tentative schedule of January 24th, 26, 9 a.m. And again, once hopefully we get our city administrator on board, we may discuss moving that forward. Item F, discuss, consider, and take action on the financing of the Parker ISG project. And I think Mr. Benny's here. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion that we
Discuss.
the on the financing of Parker.
I'll second it.
Motion by Councilman Garza, second by Councilman Falcon, and we will open to discussion. So, Mr. Benny, we'll let you take the lead.
I'm good.
Take the lead, sir.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Mayor, Honorable Mayor, thank y'all for allowing me to come in. One last time before the year, I was looking back at the report here. This report was done almost to the day a year ago, the inspection that we did. And I know there's been some changes in the administration and things like that, and it's no fault of the council, but it's been dragging on for about a year. And as y'all know, everything's getting so much more expensive, and, the scope of work, I think, Mayor, was concerned. I think here recently that you had expressed maybe some concern with the scope of work. Whenever we did this inspection a year ago, just a little history for the new members, that we met with the city staff, administration, and the water, I call him the water director of Jerry. And we went through the entire system and we inspected everything. We took pictures, we generated a really, really fancy report, for all of us to easily understand, without all the engineering terms. But it's an extremely in-depth report that I can forward to you. I think Betsy has a copy. She might be able to forward it to you. But that's why we're going to discuss this. This is the last overview that we're to the last part of it, right? The scope of work can change. We want to do whatever you want us to do. And we're a one-stop shop. We're doing the financing, we're doing the construction, we're doing the project management, everything from start to finish. So you don't have to go through TWDB. TWDB usually takes around 2 years to get money. some of the problems we were facing was, the financials, right, Mayor? It was just a little bit of catching up. This council was tasked to do a miracle and getting all of this paperwork together. And I commend y'all for that, because y'all were able to get enough together to actually have a bank say yes to you. And the underwriters will be revealed here. So that's where we're at now. Today, what I'm asking for is an approval for the $1 million under the terms that the underwriter gave us. That's basically what I need today. From there, I'm gonna take that to the bank, to the underwriter. He's gonna approve it. There may be a fluctuation, possibly lower on the interest rate is what I'm thinking. It shouldn't go higher. If anything, it should go maybe slightly lower. So, that's the only thing contingent upon that. Maybe, we can add that in the language on the motion.
Let me share my concern. What came up, I guess, recently that I had is, while I agree that a lot of the stuff that you guys inspected and that the previous foreman, went and took you all through some of the, over the last few months, it's not that I've come to realize, because I knew the issues were there with our sewer system, our lines. There's about, in the inner city, there's about 80,000 linear feet of pipe, sewer pipe. About 70,000 of it is clay pipe. When they laid that clay pipe, the trees that were close by were little saplings. Well, now they're full-grown oak trees, and roots are breaking through the pipes, so they're collapsing. Obviously, because of the ground shifting in the alley, and actually, I think close to Councilman Dominguez's residence, we've had lines collapse, and we're looking at just to redo. If we wanted to redo the 70,000 linear feet of pipe within the city, this doesn't include the services that we provide outside the city. We're looking at about $10 million. And that's just with that new pull it through and expand and then coat it with the fiberglass, the liner, and then go in there with the little robot and cut the connections. There are some 6-inch lines which would require blasting or whatever it's called. So while I think that a lot of the stuff that y'all looked at above ground is important, I felt like if we're gonna make this investment, let's use this money where we really need it, because we had to shut school down early one day last month because the sewer line collapsed and the toilets were backing up into the school, to the high school. So we had to let the school know. We had the school was let out early, which is an inconvenience to parents, And unfortunately, because of the school and where it sits, it feeds into some seriously old lines. I mean, and my concern is if we don't address this issue first, when we have the availability of funding, the other stuff above ground we can get to later. We're hopefully looking for a superintendent that may have the experience and background that maybe he can address a lot of these things, fixing the pumps and the panels, that kind of stuff. I mean, we might be able to do it ourselves financially as we move forward along, because there is still a lot that needs to be done above ground as well. The other issue that came up was our clarifiers, the wastewater treatment plant. We have some cracks in our wastewater storage tanks out there, and it appears that they've been, over the years, have been patched from the exterior. What they need to be, and again, there's like a special coating where they can go in there, drain it, clean it, and then they spray, I guess, like a swimming pool. They do a swimming pool from the inside to seal the cracks. Because sealing it from the outside is only a temporary fix. So my concern is that at some point we're going to have a serious break, and then we're going to have sewage all over the ground, which brings CCQ and a lot of the environmental issues that come along with it. So that was kind of my concern when I reached back out to you. I was like, well, if we're going to make this, maybe we should use it and move it towards something that really I think is a little bit more important because we are adding new homes to the system, which is going to make a big, we're adding over the next potentially 3 to 5 years, probably over 500 homes. We have one developer on the east side here. They're building about, they said by March, they'll probably start putting up homes. There's going to be about 150 of those. We have another developer trying to close on 65 acres. There's going to be about 200 to 250 homes there. And they're all going to feed to the same sewer system. So I think that we need to maybe relook at where we're going to invest this money. Is that was my concern. Not that this is stuff that you guys looked at. I mean, at the time, I think it was priority. But I've had companies come out here and run cameras for sewer lines, and I've seen it with my own eyes. I mean, all the clay pipes are cracked. There are visible cracks on the inside. If there's cracks on the inside, there's cracks on the outside. So I don't know if that's something that the project can do. If the project can be kind of, I guess, the expense can be moved over to maybe.
Absolutely, we can do that. We're gonna do whatever we want to do. Now, you're talking about all that, Mayor, and I get it, because I come from Vito, and I learned this, industry from the problems that I've had the last 10 years in my city. And I can tell you right now, with your intake pumps, this is just one problem. Just like me, but I don't want y'all to feel bad about this council members and people from the city. I don't want y'all to think that we don't do anything here. These are my colleagues as well that I'm consulting here, but it's very expensive. We've been handing out things that we have to fix now. And one of the big issues right now, from my professional point of view, and it's in the report, we have 3 of your 4 pumps, intake pumps, that are at your actual sewer plant that are flowing water broken. So there's no contingency. Now, do we have to fix all 3 of them? No, we fixed one so that we can take the other offline and make it just that one, at a later time in case it goes down. But that's just one. And I had the same issue with Vivo, where we were just hours away from catastrophic failure. Ultimately, we had to spend $15 million on that project. It was horrible. But my wastewater plant was perfect now, it's beautiful. And, I see there's a lot of similarities that I see here with Odom that I had in Vigo. That's why I'm so passionate about this particular project. I'm not gonna leave y'all. I'm gonna keep bugging y'all until we can get this done because I know how important it is.
Well, we've had one of those pumps pulled out, and we're trying to rebuild the pump. Trying to do it because they didn't hear it correct. I mean, our system right now, the wastewater treatment plant, if I would have to guess, it's running about 60%. Because we have those pumps down, we have the grid pumps down. And so for a new pump, it's about $18,000 for a new pump. Where you look at just replacing it. For the repair, they're looking at about 8 to 10,000. Just to, what do they call it? Refurbish it, there you go. So that's manageable, from the city's perspective, that's manageable. It's that stuff that's 10 and 20 feet underground that we don't have the manpower or capacity. The city has spent just in the last few months, almost $80,000 on sewer line collapse repairs. That's including the ones that our guys have fixed.
Yes,
And the ones that we've had to bring contractors. Tomorrow, I'm going to have one contractor digging up Willis Street because there's a collapse line there and the sewer just backing up into the resident's home. So,
is that coming from the pipe, Mayor, or is it coming from the lift station pumps?
no, it's a collapse.
Okay.
They already sent the camera in there and they found the collapse at where the resident connects to the clay pipe. That's collapsed. They ran like a plumbing snake through there first. When they pulled it out, nothing but mud and grass came out. So we know that the mud and grass is already getting in. And every time we have what is it called, a discharge or unexpected discharge or something, we have to report it.
Yes, sir.
And so we're trying to stay on top of that as well with TCQ, because I know that when we had TCQ come in when I first got elected, they said, well, I know things in Odom are perfect, but, I haven't gotten a accidental discharge report from the city of Odom in 5 years. He says, and I know that that's not happening. So we try to stay on top of it now, because we don't want, that we want them to know that we're working on it, we're trying to get it. So that was my concern, Mr. Benny, is just if we can redirect these funds and look at things that, like I said, a new pump, I know it's $18,000, but it's something that is doable, one at a time,
Yes, sir.
Um,
And this is we really want to just create a good partnership with y'all. This is a phase one portion of the phase, 20 phases that we need to do, ultimately to fix the entire city. This is every city in the state of Texas. We're going through the same thing. This is not, specific to Odom. I mean, everyone's going through this right now. So we got to break it down. So can we fast forward on these real quick, Betsy? Let's go to like page 52.
While they're doing that, Mayor, let me ask you a question. Didn't we, Jesse, can you help me out? Didn't we approve this already? Or not?
I think we did. We should be waiting on financing, right?
So
Yeah,
finances
we
were just
already approved it.
signatures, right?
Basically, it's the lease agreement, the agreement is in here, the financing is in here. Now, if the mayor, wants to go back to the drawing table before we sign the agreement, then he would have to request for us to go back.
Okay, so then that's probably
So
what,
I guess that's what he's trying to do.
if that's
Right.
what,
And
because I
that's what-
remember approving it at one point.
We did.
Yes, and I'm not putting it on the city administrator, but no action was taken after the council
Okay.
approved it right away. But like I said, since then, these other issues have
Right.
come up that
Okay.
I feel, I don't know how the council feels, and that's why we're having discussion that are a little bit more pressing, because we can't get to that stuff that's 10, 20 feet underground.
Well, I can give you my feedback. So, I think the mayor has a good point, but at the same time, both of those work together. So that you need that pump, and you do need to fix the problem, as the mayor's pointed out. So is it possible to do some of
Change the scope of,
Ex-
change the scope.
Exactly. Change. I'm scared that one day something's gonna happen to that pump, and you know what?
Yep.
Nobody knows what's gonna have water.
I'm scared-
Nobody.
I'm scared that we're not gonna be able to get this if we keep pushing it off and too much.
And I agree with you. I agree with you, but that's my point. I don't think. I think Mayor has a good point,
Yes,
but at the same time, I don't want to rely on only one pump. Something happens, how are we gonna explain that to our citizens? How are we gonna explain that? You don't have no water. There's no water leaks. You have no pressure. What are we gonna
Well, we're
do?
talking about sewer lines, though,
Well,
not
yeah, I'm
necessarily
talking
water.
about that. I'm talking about this one over here.
Oh, the water tower.
Yeah.
The water tower is gonna
because-
be done through the county cog fund.
Oh, you're talking about your
No,
water.
I'm talking about our water over here. The pump that's over here that we're operating on one pump.
Not anymore.
Huh? We have two?
We have 3 now.
We have three down there?
Yeah, we got the new pumps. They went online.
Oh,
went
I didn't know
online
that. Did you know that?
late last year.
We didn't. mess
Yeah,
with those.
late
Okay.
last year
Yeah.
that the pumps went online. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so
Good.
the only thing that we had is we had to upgrade the electrical system because it wasn't included in the
Okay.
initial plans. So, and that was just done last week, I believe, right? AD.
The electrical was done?
Yeah, the
that's
electrical
good.
upgrade. So we
Okay.
can, now if we lose water pressure, we can run 2 pumps, 3 pumps at the same time when we need to fill up the tower now. So
Yeah, that's
what we're
good.
talking about here are the pumps that suck
The
the
wastewater.
wastewater.
Wastewater
Well,
out.
And-
let's just vote on it and like I said, let's get the money started.
Right, so right now, Odom doesn't have any money, right?
Yeah.
I got the money here. I just need- That's what I was asking. I need the approval so that we can continue the conversation.
See, when
But-
it gets approved, you come and start re-scoping
And
up.
not only that, Mayor, it's gonna put a little heat on the council to hurry up because you'll have a 6-month period with no payments, okay? Once we take it to the underwriter, they approve it, we're gonna come back or probably get with Betsy and Mayor and just tell them, okay, the interest rate dropped a quarter or whatever. It's not gonna go any higher, and that's my worry. We don't want it to go any higher. We lock it in, it gets locked in, that's it. I have a feeling that it may drop about a quarter.
Well, I spoke to Salisbury and it had dropped.
Yeah.
Down to 5.61.
There you go.
But a part of the reason why it wasn't signed was because, we're required to have a $200,000 collateralized deposit. That's money that we're gonna have to put away, and then we'll also have to make those payments in addition to it. The quarterly payments. So for the
43,000.
first physical year, depending on which option, if we went with a 5-year or 7-year, one was like 370,000 to 330,000 this time.
So
Now,
when
we
you-
can use that $200,000 later, but once we get our audits done, then that would be released. Once we get caught up all the date and our ratios are good.
Okay, so
Forfeiting the interest that was earned on it.
you're basically saying we didn't have the 200,000.
We did, it was just, it would be locking, we would be paying $330,000 or $370,000 in the first year on it. Which it, whenever it was initially approved, we thought it was gonna be like 200,000 or 175,000.
What are the payments? What were the payments gonna be? Were quarterly payments
14,576 every month.
every month?
That's 43,000, that's a
So
5-year,
about 40.
no, 7-year term.
Yeah, 7-year term, 43,750.
What happened to 2 months ago? Did we not cash in something that Navy Army? Did we not, Jesse, or,
Still waiting on the minutes.
huh?
We're
We
still
didn't-
waiting
we
on the
didn't do it.
minutes.
Huh?
That is,
Yeah,
because it was in my name,
Still,
your name. it was
What?
like everybody's name. And
I know,
Jamie.
I know they had called me and I had told them I'm no longer.
So
It's on-
what do you mean that never happened? We approved it.
They
but
had to have the minutes said.
we had to get the
You
minutes
have to approve the
from
minutes.
They
when.
said that they would extend it.
Okay, so
They had to be
extended-
taken off the accounts because
Okay.
there were accounts that, some of them, like I said, it was
Okay.
kind of hard to see where accounts were. And it turns out that some people were still on there.
Oh,
So we had to go back and look at the previous minutes
Oh,
with
okay.
to get Sal on there, get me on there, but now we gotta get Sal up in there.
Oh, gotcha.
So,
Okay.
but yeah, but
So
they're
will that
extending it.
help?
Well, it would, I mean, it's not $200,000, but it would help, definitely, yeah, for sure. I mean, it won't be coming out of the city's pocket right off the bat, at least.
Right.
Well, how much
6
is
months, we
that?
got 6 months.
Yeah,
What's the CD? What's the CD, Richard?
It's like 118.
So, I mean, that's 118
Yeah,
that we
118.
decide to come out of the city's pocket. We gotta put the other, what is the other? I can't do math here. 80,000,
And that money has to sit there, right?
right?
Has to sit.
We can use it later, once we get our audits and everything up and we get a higher, what's that called? That, our grade, no, like once we get our,
Debt to
So-
ratio, debt to.
They'd be looking at all kinds of ratios.
ratio.
So it's not any
ratios.
different than the money's doing now. It's sitting there.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna be sitting
Exactly.
where else and we're gonna put it to
Right.
use.
And we're gonna lose,
Yeah, so,
SOAR and all of those.
right. Okay, so
I
are you
think that's
gonna
a
have
good
to
idea.
go back and
They're working on it
Take the
already.
minutes and
know the
everything.
approval, because we approved it already was. Are you gonna have to change all
We
that?
just gotta approve the money. right
No,
now.
we just
That's all you
approve the
gotta do?
The
money
money, if.
and then we can
if
talk
you
to
wanna
them about the
proceed
scope
with
of work.
198,000.
Right.
This can move very, very quickly. As soon as the money's approved and y'all get everything comes back to Betsy and the mayor, in that time, we can already be talking.
Well, close your laptop, let's go.
I'm ready.
15,000 a month, basically. This
Ah,
is stuff that we're gonna need anyway.
Yeah.
They're gonna go in and fix almost $1 million worth of stuff that
So can
needed to.
we just make the motion now? then?
That's already made.
No,
Approve
was
it.
just to discuss.
Was it?
It's approved.
Well,
Because we made it, it was to discuss.
well, I think that the approval's already been done.
Okay.
Discuss it, take it. Wow.
So
Go ahead and redo it.
No, it's a considered take action.
I saw, that's why I was asking.
On the
It's on the
financial
financing
part.
part.
on the financial,
part, it's
Now,
a
can
package.
you explain the 5 year and all that?
I only have the 7 year in front of me. I didn't get the 5 year sent to me. and
I mean, I would prefer to go with the
This is
seven.
the
Let's go 7.
How much is the 7?
And I don't
This is
think,
the 7, this is what the newest rate from Salisbury.
and there was no penalty from what I understand to pay it
I'll
off.
put down again.
And again, council, and honorable mayor, you gotta remember, these guys are giving y'all a shot, right? Salisbury underwriters are saying, we trust you enough, we're gonna loan you $1 million for right now. From what I was told, it could have been a whole lot more
oh yeah,
if the, all of the paperwork was in order. And it's not any blame here, this is from past, city management, right? So I know y'all are working hard on that. Once y'all get that done, like Betsy mentioned, and you start turning all this into Salisbury, you're creating a relationship with these underwriters. And what's very important to understand, and I know y'all do, we can't, there are projects that we can go to TWDB for that are 2 years out, right? A water master plan would be a really good idea for Odom right now, to start thinking about that. Hiring an engineering firm to actually build a plan for y'all, because when you do go to TWDB, you're gonna need that master plan for them to look at. If those plans are in there, if TWDB is gonna look at it and say, oh, they have it in there, they have it in the works. Okay, it's gonna be easier for them to approve. But this
Well-
money it's ready.
well, this is gonna be for, like I said, if we can revisit the scope of work,
Yeah,
once the
scope of-
finance, we can
Absolutely.
revisit the scope. I think that would be something that we need to kind of really look at. And as far as building a water plant for us.
No, a water plant.
Oh, I thought you said water
Master
plant. I'm like,
plan.
hold on.
Hey, and then corporate we
yeah.
buy it from us.
Yeah.
A water master plan is
You-
what I was saying.
Sure.
I'm sorry, but.
I like water plant. No,
No.
Councilman, she's gonna change her, motion.
Yeah, I amend the motion to accept the financing with Parker ISG project.
And I'll second that one.
And so we have a motion to approve the financing Parker ISG project by Councilman Garza, second by Councilman Falcon. Do we have any other discussion?
Mayor, on the record, this plan, the scope of work can be changed. Okay, it's not locked in, and I am on record saying that. Okay, so we will work with you on the scope.
Perfect. Well,
Before I go, is it a 5 year or 7 year?
Yeah.
7 year.
7, which is better, right?
yeah, Betsy, the 7 year, right, is what we're looking at. It's what we prefer.
You were presented as 7, right?
Yes, sir, as presented.
Because there's some here, 5 years,
Put away,
Yeah.
but
put it away.
5 years, 7
This
years.
is the
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah, you have to zoom it up to 200.
Yeah, I can't see.
He's looking back here.
I know,
That's
this
what I
is
should be
better.
doing.
This is better for me.
Oh, yeah.
First row of the movie.
My wife says, why do you look
Okay,
at that? I don't like to see it here.
okay.
30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's good.
And I don't believe, Betsy, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we discussed this, there's no penalty for early payment either. So if it is paid off early, these payments are just a little over.
All right, so we have a motion to approve the financing for the Parker ISG project. If there's no more discussion, we'll move on with a vote. Place 1,
Yes.
place 2,
Yes.
place 3,
Yes.
place 4,
Yes.
place 5.
Yes.
All right, sir. So we will be talking, probably on a regular basis going forward.
We'll see you next year.
You're still here?
Well, we'll see you next year.
Guys, directly, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have my number, I'm in Beeville, I can be here in 26 minutes.
And yes, you guys have done a really good job with that plant, that sewer plant. It's, I saw the trucks out there every time I was driving out in that direction, so.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Benny.
Y'all, Merry Christmas.
Merry
Likewise.
Christmas. Thank
Be careful
you.
driving home.
Thank you, sir.
Watch out for the deer.
But don't run over Rudolph.
Yeah, so we used to tell the kids. Item G, we're going to move forward to discuss, consider, and take action regarding the impact of an additional rate increase proposed to be implemented by San Patricio Municipal Water District. So do we have a motion to discuss? So we have a motion by Councilman Veit.
proposed by San Patricia Municipal.
Okay, so we have a second.
Thing on.
So we have a motion by Councilman Veit to discuss, consider, take action regarding the impact of the additional rate increase proposed to be implemented by San Patricia Municipal Water, second by Councilman Garza. So we'll open up for discussion. Betsy, I'll let you, since you've been talking to them kind of regularly here the last month or so.
So they just, on the ninth, they met and they did go with $4.05 paying 4,000 gallons.
What is it again?
$4.05.
Okay.
Previously we're at $3.80. So that's gonna be a 25-cent increase.
Okay. So that would be a 25 increase into the city. Do we have like a percentage? What's the percentage?
7%.
7%? Okay, so based on our, I guess, what is it? Ordinances, it's a pass-through, but we can wait till January? Because the change doesn't happen till January, correct?
The change would be happening to water used in January, like for the citizens, so the water they're using in January, and they're gonna get billed for it in February.
Okay. So the 7% increase is to us. What's the rate to the customer? With including the administrative fees and stuff that Odom adds to it.
Well, basically, it would be up to the council to do a pass-through of 25 cents, or the council could choose to go ahead and do a 5-cent increase on top of the 25,
Right.
30. So I don't think she's gonna have that figure, because it would have to be
I think she
decided
was,
by us.
And it's gonna be more accurate with the water meters too.
I think she had just a kind of an example, I guess, or
So based on, this was last year's rates, which gives us the current rates.
what are we looking at? The
There
yellow?
wasn't an
Yes.
increase, and we were deciding to do the increase in January when we got the rates. And we were looking at doing the 39, 34, and that was using a 5%. But it turned out it was 7%, so this would be $40.09.
And that would just be straight across the board increase, I mean, from what the city's getting charged. There's no added administrative charge.
Well, this has this is built in.
Oh, okay.
Before.
So it's built into the number already?
You're doing a pass-through, you just increased 25 cents, right?
Yes,
Okay.
or the 7%.
Right.
Right.
So I don't think we're really like gonna vote on that today. I think we're gonna wait till January. I think this was just kind of so she could let us know, or let,
Feet wet.
yeah, let us know what the
Well, actually, this rate will take effect January 1st.
Yeah.
So I think we should, if you're gonna do it, we can always do the pass-through at 25 cents of what they're gonna charge us. Then if you wanna look at it
Revisit.
and do an increase of 5, 10 cents, 15 cents on top of this, then y'all can bring it back to the council.
Remember the budget.
But
yeah.
there's already a motion on the table, but
Yeah, I think, I mean, so yeah, we can come back and revisit it, I guess, after the first cycle, if we need to, but we'd have to amend the budget to add we're still gonna have to amend the budget anyway, to add the 25 cents or the 7%, however it's gonna be calculated.
basically they made a motion already to approve. You can leave it alone and you just do the pass-through. of 25 cents.
Yeah.
Is that what you want?
Yeah.
I think that's what we need to do right now, because it's gonna,
January's coming around the corner.
yeah. So We have a motion to discuss, consider, and take action regarding the impact of additional increase proposed by them to be implemented by Sampat Municipal Water District by Councilman Veit, second by Councilman Garza. That's include what are we talking, 7% or are we doing 25-cent increase? The 7% increase.
January usage.
Okay.
Filled out and-
The 7% for January usage. Okay, do we have any other discussion? Place
So
one?
what y'all are doing is
Mhm.
you want to just do a pass through,
25 cents.
25 cents.
I think that's,
Okay, I'm good. I'll say yes.
And then I got a question after we vote.
okay, place one,
Yes.
place two,
Yes.
place three,
Yes.
place four,
Yes.
place five. Motion carries.
Question on the water bill. When do we start charging sales tax?
There is sales tax on your garbage. It's on your trash.
Trash?
Well,
Yeah, it's always been there.
well, I just said sales tax. I never saw it in the garbage.
Yeah,
It just,
there is a
it's
sales tax on the garbage.
Because it's a different format, that's why.
Oh.
You're in a different format. It's always in there.
It's always been included?
It's always,
Oh,
Yeah, but right here is separate.
it's,
And I was going like,
it's more,
well, now you get an
Just-
itemized.
yeah, you get itemized.
oh.
Yeah,
Cause I looked at all the bills like, wait a minute.
no, it's always been there.
Yeah, well, she showed me their water bill in Portland and, man, all the fees that they add. Oh my God.
Well, I was just like, I never saw it before.
For the fire department, for the recreation
Those little
department.
cards would only hold so many things. We
Oh.
couldn't even, we
Well,
couldn't,
now I know.
we couldn't even put in on there the dollar for your Halo flight.
Yeah, I
It's,
see.
it's in there,
I saw it now.
but you don't,
Yeah.
you didn't know it.
It's got a lot of
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, we just didn't have room.
So
Hey,
motion
Mayor.
carried, yes.
Mayor, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
On, if we had an ordinance that said any increases like this, we have no control over this,
All right.
that we just do a pass through. Huh?
I think we need to take them on.
We don't have one, right?
We do.
Either that or
Oh, you do?
resolution.
There's,
So does it still have to come to the
Either
table if you
ordinance
have
or
an
resolution.
ordinance?
well, I think it still needs to be approved.
Yeah,
I mean,
think it's a resolution.
I think it's a
It's a
resolution.
resolution?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you do it more often. An
Okay.
ordinance is major.
I mean,
but
I
think a
mean, it could be
resolution
something
is-
that could be brought up
more
as an
frequent.
ordinance that's gonna be a pass-through, so like that, we,
Protects the city.
yeah, so, I mean, I could talk to Effie about that. too.
Okay.
I mean, I'd have to get his,
I think it's a resolution because resolutions happen more frequently than
The
ordinances. And
residents
an
need to
ordinance,
understand that they're increasing on us 25 cents, so therefore we're just passing it through. I mean, we can't take the hit on it.
That's what I'm saying. When it comes on here, it seems like we're raising it
Right.
and we're just passing it through. So we're
That's all
not-
you're doing.
so I'll get with Effie, see if we can put together an ordinance instead of a resolution, so like that we approve the ordinance, and then going forward,
Yeah.
council members in the future, they don't have, it just happens.
Yeah.
right,
Because I think most
And that's
cities do
fine.
that as it is, so.
Yeah. that'd save a lot of time.
Hold on, item H, discuss, consider, and take action to revise the employee handbook. You have a motion?
I'm making a motion that only for discussion.
Okay, so we have a motion by Councilman Huerta for discussion only,
I'll second.
second by Councilman Falcon for discussion only. So we're gonna go ahead and open it up for discussion. So I think there would be some things, again, because we've been so busy over the last 2 years, I think there's some things have changed at City Hall when it comes to staffing and I think that we need to relook at the employee handbook. There needs to be some updates made that haven't been made. And I think that's why Betsy and I had spoken. I said, yeah, I think we need to just put it so the council knows what's going on, because I know recently, we had some employees asking about some of the policies that are in the employee manual that we're no longer, I guess, using, because we've kind of started doing things a little bit differently. So, and I don't know, I guess maybe some of y'all have gotten some calls as well. So we just wanted to kind of discuss and maybe get some approval from the council to maybe go ahead and start moving forward, and maybe even have a workshop. Bring the council,
Correct.
the manual, send everybody a copy of the manual, go through it, and then have a workshop and actually see, okay, these are the things that we need to change and update. So I don't know how y'all feel, so just wanted to bring it up for that.
Workshop.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know there was some confusion on the sick day payout, because in here, it says that sick day is supposed to be paid out.
But
Anything any of your sick days left is paid out September 30th, but we haven't been doing that.
and is there a reason why we can't go back and do that?
I get that's the question.
I think we
the
should.
city go
I'm
back
sorry,
and-
I think we
and Pay
should.
out any sick leave.
Well, why did we, you said we were doing it?
It had been done.
Okay, so,
Before.
okay,
In the
so,
past, the sick leave had been paid out every.
so when did we
Sal
stop?
changed it.
Who changed it?
When did we
Sal.
stop? And why did we stop?
Sal had said that he had thought that it had been passed to not get paid out.
That's
No.
what my discussion with him was, that it
No.
had been, because
don't do
what,
that
the
to
issue
employees.
that I ran into in my first year here is that we had an employee that had to take FMLA early in the year. And a lot of us take FMLA at work if, our parent or spouse gets sick. And you get 12 weeks of FMLA paid, but you gotta have the time on the books.
Sure.
Well, we're paying out at the end of the year, so basically they're starting from zero again. So they don't have nothing carrying over. Like in a lot of our jobs, our sick time carries over. No matter how much time you have, it carries over. But if you run into an emergency where you have to be off for FMLA and you have to be out for 12 weeks, you have that coverage. Your employer can continue to pay you. In this situation that happened on my first year here, the employee was out and basically was trying to get back to work quicker because he wasn't getting paid. Because he didn't have the time anymore because it had been paid out and he hadn't accumulated the hours. So I think that the discussion was that we would allow them to carry over sick days going forward, and that vacation days, we would allow them to carry over a certain amount of, like some employers, I think, talking to some of the other cities, they're allowed to carry, in the county, they're allowed to carry like 240 hours of vacation, carry it over. So anything over 240 hours, they either have to use or they're going to lose it when the next fiscal year comes around. So I thought, I guess that was something that Sal, I think, had brought up. I mean, I thought he did. But again, I think that most employers don't pay out sick leave. Sick leave is,
I guess, paid out as part of the retention, or the $10,000 merit bonus, I think was what that money was supposed to go to, but that merit bonus was never paid out last year.
No,
yeah,
I think
and
our employees deserve that.
well, I think that going, since we've raised the employee salaries. I think it was an incentive because they, the hourly wage that they were working for was pretty low. And some of them were working for under $10 an hour. We raised that to 15 now, just starting 15. Some of them are already at 18. So I think that was kind of the, we'll just pay out these. But as we grow, hopefully going forward, and we get more staff, it's going to be difficult to pay out, hundreds of hours of, sick time for every employee every year. I think, and then of course, they run into a situation like this person did, where they had to be out for extended period of time, and then they came back early on light duty. So we had that person working at City Hall and not doing the regular job because he had to come back because he didn't have the sick time because it had been paid out the previous year. And I mean, I had a discussion with that person, and they're like, "Well, if I had the time, I would have stayed home, but I don't have the time, and I can't afford to be home and not get paid." So we basically put him on, well, his doctor had him on light duty, so we found him some clerical work to do and filing and that kind of thing. So
Okay, so
I can,
does that mean that we are not gonna pay them their time? Because they haven't been
I'm
paid.
confused.
yeah,
I mean, I'm
They-
sorry.
Well, I don't-
It's in the manual here. We should
Well,
pay it.
Unless we change it. Now, I
And then
don't
change
see-
it for
I don't
next time.
see here, not unless you see it, they're also questioning the vacation pay. I'm sorry, not the vacation pay, the bonus pay, where
Oh, for
they get
Christmas.
1 year,
For
1
Christmas.
week of Christmas.
Right,
We've done it for years, even,
years.
so I don't see it in here.
It's never been in there. It's
So-
never been in there.
That, I mean, if they stop doing that, I mean, but whatever is in here, I think.
I
we
agree
should follow.
that we need to
The
do
other one,
this.
if we-
The other, if they didn't get it,
If
they don't
was
get it.
just-
Kindness?
Yes.
Okay.
well, I think that when we have our workshop, I think these are things that we need to discuss in the workshop about the manual, because I think that we're working really, really hard now as a council to try to pay our employees more, to be more competitive, so we're not losing staff. And that's kind of our goal. I mean, I don't know of any other, maybe, I don't know what the other cities do, but we pay their entire
Sure.
health insurance,
Some
they're by
do, some
themselves.
do more than that.
And we're talking about $10,000 a year for each employee that we're paying. And most employee has to cover a certain amount, and the employer covers the rest. So I think that's that's a big plus coming to work for us here is,
Sure.
especially if you don't have any kids or a spouse, and I mean, you're getting healthcare, and it's not costing you any out of pocket. So again, I think this is something that if you all agree, we can do a workshop. Everybody will get copies of the employee handbook and start looking through it and see things that we need to kind of change and maybe update a little bit.
Okay. I'm for that.
Okay.
But I just want a directive that since it's already in this handbook for this year, I think our employees should be entitled to it.
But you didn't pay it
I
out
am
last year, am
pushing
I
it.
correct?
No, they haven't paid.
Okay, so it didn't
Yeah.
get paid last year.
Well, the year before, we're gonna have to just let it go, but I think this year. That
So-
was a call on Sal though, right?
Well, I think we're going to have to see because I know we had the discussion at a meeting, or I don't know if it was at a meeting or a workshop during the budget, or maybe a budget workshop, maybe. And maybe that was where it was, okay, well, we're not going to put anything into that line item because we're not going to pay it out. But we'll just have to look to see, and I don't know if there are any minutes to our budget, to our budget workshops.
I think what you're talking about was the cost of living. The cost of living and merits, I think.
Well, I know we did that for this budget, but I think that a couple years
I'm
back.
sorry.
we
Because
were
that's not
doing
an
a
employee
budget, so-
manual either.
No,
The cost of
yeah, the
living.
COLA's not in there.
So I think we're just trying to,
I guess clarification on the Christmas, it says day before or the day after Christmas Day. I think it was already put online that it was both days, but I think someone had said that we have to use our floating holiday. Is that correct?
for
I don't think so.
what, Friday?
For Christmas.
For the day before and the day after.
It says day before / day after.
Yeah, they have to be here the day before and the day
That's what it
after.
means.
Or no,
That's
the
what
day, it's the day, you can either take the day before or the day after.
So they can take the floating holiday either Christmas Eve or the day after Christmas.
Somebody's got to
Never
approve
heard of
that.
that.
Does somebody got to approve that? You know,
Well, I've never
because
heard
everybody
of
will take the day off.
Well, yeah, I've never heard of that.
I've never heard of that.
Me
I have
either.
never heard of that.
But
Is
it's
it-
on the website already. We're gonna be closed 24, 25, 26, 27.
That's in the
28,
manual,
29,
right?
30.
Betsy, that's
The
on the
thing-
menu?
It's on
But
I mean,
what it means
manual?
is in order for you to get all of
About
the,
5 days.
but it means that you have to be
Oh.
present and at work the day before and the day after. If you want to get that paid time off.
Oh, you have to work
You have to
Yes.
work.
to get
Yes.
You
paid.
have to be at work the
Because
day
a lot of-
before
a lot
and the
of
day
people
after.
Wouldn't come back to work.
Right, in order to get those days paid.
So you said the 24th will be half a day, right?
Right, that's kind of what we've done in the
Well,
last,
that would be
let
at
them
the
go.
discretion of the city administrator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Because that's a half a day, you know, hey.
yeah, it's half a day,
Yeah.
it's slow, everybody calling to work, but
But is it, I guess, is it the day before Christmas or the day after Christmas, or is it, does this say both
Where are you reading that?
days? Right here.
vacation, right?
I'll
Is
pay
that what
those
you're
on
reading?
11.
Or nowhere?
Oh, okay, item 12, day before / after Christmas Day.
I would interpret that to mean that if, well, if it's in the week though, it's different.
But I wanna know where they're getting 5 days off consecutively.
If it
Right
falls
here
on a
says City of
weekend,
Odom will be closed 24th through 26th.
Oh, well, that's Saturday and Sunday though.
but that includes
Oh.
Saturday and Sunday.
That's why, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
Saturday.
that's a.
Yeah.
Okay. that's-
Yeah,
But if it was during the week, all week. then-
Okay.
no,
No,
no, that
it's
wouldn't
just-
work.
Well, that's what she was saying at first. I don't know what
Yeah.
Christmas Day is. I just show up.
It's, Christmas is Thursday, Christmas Day, so it's
It
Wednesday,
says it-
Thursday, and then
Right.
technically they should be back to work.
And
it's-
A lot of us are going back
yes.
to work on Friday.
And it says right here, to receive holiday pay, an employee must be working the full day hourly pay plus 1 1/2. You would have to be there the full day before and after the holiday. So you have to be here the before and the after the holiday in order to get your holiday pay.
So 24th is a day.
So that's
they
what
gotta
this
be back
manual
Friday.
says. It's current.
Unless they want to take their holiday.
Well, this.
You can take vacation time during that, but you have to make sure it's approved. Receive holiday pay, an employee must be working
Well, I
the
think
full
we
day
should
before and the full day
Go
after.
ahead and have a
Workshop, yeah,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
agree.
I
It
agree.
says 24th through 26th.
So that's,
That's on the website already. So the
Still want them to
25th,
get their pay.
we're closed. Who put that on there?
we're looking at, well, Wednesday, well, I'm gonna have to find out. I mean, it's Wednesday.
I think
Well-
it was like, you could use their floating holiday.
Well, who's gonna be working?
Yeah.
But
But I was gonna
City
say,
of Odom.
You can use it on.
but you can't use the everybody can't use the floating holiday. The floating holiday is for your birthday.
It's already gonna be closed. It's gonna be closed.
Well,
The
there's no
25th.
problem there then.
The 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, well, that's,
What's Saturday and Sunday? So
so three days.
I,
Yeah.
But they have to be at work on the 23rd and they have to be at work on the 29th.
well, I think we need to, just have a workshop and
Yeah,
go
but
over,
that's what we allowed
you know,
back
so,
when we were there.
Yeah.
yeah, because it's a little bit, it's left to interpretation and that's kind of hard.
No.
So we're gonna go ahead and, I will get with everyone. I'll send an email out, see what your schedule looks like. See how soon y'all want to do, do you want to do this like next month? Since we're having a workshop already next month. Do y'all want to do it on February, in
Sure.
February?
Sure.
February?
Valentine's Day.
So, so I will send an email out to, your city email still not working for you? Okay, so I'll send it to your other one. So I'll send an email out with some dates for February and then we can see who's available when, and then we can kind of work from there. So we have a motion by Councilman Huerta, second by Councilman Falcon to discuss, consider, and take action to revise employee handbook. So we move, is that for no action?
Yeah.
No
This is
action.
For
For
discussion.
discussion? So it was for discussion only. Do we have to vote on discussion only items? We
Yeah.
don't?
Mm-mm.
It's not action. So, all right, so we're going to go ahead and move forward to item I. Conduct follow-up interview with candidates for the vacant position of city administrator and discuss, consider, and take action. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion that, for this line item, we go into executive session.
So I have a motion by Councilman Huerta to go into executive session for item I. Do I have a second? Second by Councilman Garza. So we will move into executive session at 9:12 and PM.
Hey, leave, close the doors.
All right, guys.
And
So,
knock on the door when you already come in. Come in.
so just give us a little time, so we can kind of discuss some things, and then I'll come back out and get you.
I'm just gonna.
Betsy, I will need you to
Take
come
it
with
anyway.
us.